Hello everyone, I'm Alex, and that's going to be YouTube in 2016. Patreon's flying everywhere, but see, everybody else is going, oh, can't feed my family anymore, can't pay the bills, or I'm sitting here going, wow, this is the first month I've ever made more than $2 off of YouTube ad revenue, and now they're taking all my revenue away, so, yeah, rest in peace, the dream. I believe YouTube saw me as an up-and-coming YouTube sensation, and they went, swatted me like a fly. In all honesty, jokes aside, I'm really fucking annoyed. Oh, there goes my monetization. Alex said a bad word, YouTube money gone. So, what am I going to have to remove from my content to be able to actually pay for stuff? Sexually suggestive content, including partial nudity and sexual humour. Okay, YouTube, so I'm now no longer allowed to make sex jokes, because that's unadvertiser friendly. You know what? I have a problem with this, because I was literally on YouTube earlier, and I got an advert for that new Seth Rogen film with all the food in it, and at the end, they have an orgy. But it was an advertisement on your website. But I, a creator, am not allowed to make content in a similar vein to that? Yeah, you're fucking stupid. Violence, including display of serious injury in events related to violent extremism. So the fucking news, then. Somebody like Philip Defranco can no longer make videos on violent extremism or something that's been serious injured because of the fact that it's not advertiser friendly. Alright, if it's not advertiser friendly, explain why Philip Defranco has like 5 different fucking sponsorships, lads. How? How does he pull it off if he's not advertiser friendly? Oh, maybe because everybody knows that YouTube is like that originally and that he's a news show, so it's not a problem. But hey, there's got to be a reason behind the fact that you're not allowed to put ads on that as a company. Inappropriate language, including harassment, swearing, and vulgar language. So yeah, I'm screwed then. My channel's screwed. 95% of YouTube is screwed at this point. Can I even say the word screwed? Is that even allowed? We're gonna have to start saying frick and bleeping out any swear words that accidentally slip out my tongue. I'm going to be a Minecraft Let's Player by the end of 2016. I've come full circle. I left Minecraft, I went on to commentaries, and now I'm right back at Minecraft again. It's really upsetting. And then I think the one that hits home the most is promotion of drugs and regulated substances, because that basically means that Custom Grow 420 is no longer allowed to make revenue off YouTube, and it's really quite sad. And then here's the one that I think makes me the most upset as a commentary channel. Now, I could work around not being able to swear, although that is censorship at the end of the day, so fuck off. But I am no longer allowed to cover controversial or sensitive subjects and events. This is a sensitive subject for me, YouTube, because what you're doing is you're taking money away from creators who spend hours and hours on work, years on years on building up a social presence, and you're suddenly going, hey guys, we're going to stab you in the back, and if you swear, you're not allowed to make any money anymore. That really hits home. That really makes me feel quite hurt. So I'm sensitive about this subject. So are you going to take all the money away from this? Because I'm going to tell you now, there's a lot of people going to be making videos on this, and they're not going to be very happy. Now, this whole sensitive subject stuff is something that I wanted to cover more in depth due to the fact that it's pretty much complete bollocks. Sensitive is not something you could crack down to one thing or a fact. It's an opinion, and it's an opinion piece. It's my opinion whether I find this sensitive to talk about or that sensitive to talk about. For example, I might find, blood and gore totally fine, and it just doesn't bother me at all. But when I come across a Minecraft Let's Play with 2 babies kissing, I might find that quite upsetting. Are you going to take ad revenue away from those Minecraft people purely because one person doesn't agree? I don't think you will. Anybody could disagree with what I have to say, no matter what it could be. I could say, hey, I really dislike chocolate, and somebody could go, that offends me as a chocolate lover, and am I going to lose ads? Am I going to lose revenue in my videos if one person claims that it doesn't line up with their ideology of how I should think? It's censorship to an incredible level. Toy review channels, they know all along, no opinions there, although my personal opinion is they're shit. Are they going to lose their ad revenue, YouTube? Are they? I think I've made my point. You lose monetization for sensitive content because that changes with different people and different opinions. Now, as I've previously mentioned, a lot of people are rushing to Patreon. I have one. If you want to support me on there, it's totally up to you. I have rewards, so on and so forth, and it keeps the channel running, allows me to buy more equipment, and I appreciate it. And a lot of people are now in fear that their YouTube ad revenue is going to be taken away. Biggie2988 made 2 fucking videos on the subject, and I'm making a video on him soon because he's really pissing me off at the moment. A guy who already has a Patreon, even though he makes like upwards of 10 grand a month plus those sponsorships, is complaining about the fact that his channel's in danger when he fully well knows that it isn't. In all honesty, some channels will be in danger, but it won't be due to this new system. This system has been in place forever. If you've mentioned ISIS or put something really like offensive in the tags, then you do get your ads pulled. What it's actually saying is that YouTube have never told you that they've taken ads off your video. This isn't a new thing they introduced yesterday, now the world's crumbling. No, this has been in place since day one. They just never told you. They never told you that they were doing this. And in my opinion, that's probably worse. They've been removing adverts from videos that they don't agree with for a very long time. Now, I believe if they want to enforce this, they should really just take it to the YouTube Kids app. It's not a place on YouTube. It should not have a place on YouTube. I think it's wrong of them to start actually enforcing this even in the first place, to even have this as monetization rules. It's complete censorship. I don't think it's going to be as bad as everybody thinks it is, or as bad as I personally thought it would be at first, because it's pretty hard hitting when you wake up and you are being shown this thing that could literally change your livelihood, which is why everybody rushed to Patreon. Luckily, I've had one for a very long time, so I've been a money horse since day one. There are adult content sites or movies, so on and so forth, and I'm not talking about porn. I'm talking about like people who make comedic stuff that is for like 18 plus, and video games. Like video games are 18 plus, they contain violence, swearing, so on and so forth, sexual stuff. You know, why can't they just advertise on videos like mine? It's perfect. I talk about stuff they do. I'm interested in video games. Advertise on my channel. But no, YouTube are just going to be like, hey, you swore, we're removing it now if we don't like you. I have a feeling the conspiracy is, from my personal opinion, that the only reason they've started enforcing this now is so they could take out certain channels they actually strongly dislike. Censorship! It's not about YouTube ad revenue. It's honestly not. It's about content creators. It is. It's about people who they dislike, who make videos that they don't want to get popular, and they want to remove them from the site. YouTube has always been this way. I remember when gaming was not allowed its own category on YouTube for a good solid 2 years, even though it was the most viewed in the entirety of YouTube. They refused. They didn't like the idea of gaming being the main platform on YouTube. They wanted it to be channels like Smosh and other people like Nigahiga. They didn't want it to be PewDiePie. They didn't want it to be Syndicate. They didn't want that to be there. And they don't want it to be Leafy. And they don't want it to be Pyro. And they don't want it to be me. They don't want it to be that. So what they're now doing is they're trying to cut funding. If they don't want to advertise on these videos that are directed towards older people, then they should be sent towards the YouTube Kids app. It's pretty simple. Don't enforce a rule which will restrict the entire website. Create an area where it is okay without harming the rest of people. Then you've got the best of both worlds. That's all I have to say on this video. I wanted it to be short and sweet and just get to the point. I believe this is more about the creator instead of about advertisements, because they would have obviously been able to work around this with the Kids app and they just haven't done so. That's it for me on this subject. If you want to ask me any more questions about it, send me a tweet or something, so on and so forth. Sorry this video was a bit more serious and less jokey, but it's pretty close to home. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the people who have pledged to the Patreon, like detection, so on and so forth. Thanks to you people, I don't have to worry about stuff like this as much as I would normally used to, because hey, you guys are like a backup for me, and you allow me to feel safe making this content, so it's appreciated. As long as you're watching, liking and watching, I will still make content. So thank you guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Peace out people.